Hello, everyone. Welcome to Radio Free Decipher. This is Evan Lorenz, and Kyle Hoyer is in the room, but kind of standing off to the side because there he is. So we are crowding the mics today because we wanted to introduce you to the all-new Decipher sales team, which consists of, I was going to say from left to right, but that doesn't matter to any of you people.
It's radio.
Yeah, that was Andy Loop, and we are also joined by Scott Gata and Charles Hickey.
Howdy.
How are you all, gentlemen?
We are great.
And why don't we just kind of breeze through the Scott Gata? I imagine some people will recognize DGMA fame.
And
now you're here.
fame, sure. Either one.
Yeah, the Collectormania fame as well, yes.
Right.
And why don't you other two, Andy, what's your background that people will know you from?
I was an authorized sales rep at Sportsline Distributors for about 4.5 years.
Okay.
And sold a lot of product, talked to a lot of retail stores there as a sales rep for Sportsline. And other than that, I've just been involved with Decipher since that time and on the playtest lists and things like that.
Excellent. And Charles, your background?
Long-time player and collector. And
first-time caller.
First-time what?
And a first-time caller.
Oh, yeah.
Part of the big Arizona influx that's been going on recently, right?
Yeah, Mike Gerard and I both moved over recently.
Did you have any idea that you'd be coming here at the time he came?
There was some talks.
There was talk. Very, very dark and shady.
California's going to sink into the sea. They just want to not live on the coast.
Yeah.
So they're moving from Arizona.
Kyle is shaking his head. I like it. Get the California digs in while he doesn't have his mic.
That's right.
So what made you make the move to Norfolk from your respective areas? What drew you in? Andy?
I'll start. Well, like I said, I've always had a great respect for Decipher. I think the games are sophisticated, but more importantly, it's the right kind of people to have around when you want a career in hobby gaming. And
cool.
I had been kind of pursuing it off and on for a long time, and the opportunity came along, and I jumped at it.
Very nice.
Yeah.
How about you, Scott?
Well, I actually was talked into this because of the beautiful Virginia weather.
Has it been and everything that it's been advertised since you got here?
That's right. I'm going to contact my lawyer because it's rained just about every day since I've been here. So,
including right now as we record this.
Right.
Nice.
But no, actually, I worked with the DGMA and I've on and off done things with Decipher over the years. And radio faux pas.
In 2 consecutive weeks that Kyle's cell phone has gone off during an RFD, I'm going to so kill him.
Nice.
Anyway,
and
please
of course,
continue.
Of course, during my segment.
Yes, of course.
It was me calling him.
Yeah.
But no, I've worked on and off with Decipher and decided it was finally time to make the move when the opportunity came up.
And Charles?
My first experience with Decipher was meeting Kendrick back in 1997.
Back when he was the Road Warrior, gold leader.
Yeah, and
those were some golden days.
Just some kid, it's like, wow, that'd be awesome to work for Decipher someday, and that and a 3-year detour up at Wizards of the Coast in Seattle, and
yeah, you came from the other guys.
Yeah, but I've been loyal to Decipher the entire time.
Good for you. Good for you. So, for the most part, you've only been here about a few weeks each. Andy, you've been here slightly longer than the rest.
A little bit, yeah.
How's it like getting adjusted? What's changing about the sales department from kind of the way things used to run?
I think, overall, I think we've all experienced a very welcome feeling by a lot of the folks here, especially some of the designers who, as a part of, to have a sales team that's actually familiar and plays the games, familiar with the games. The sellability of them from a player standpoint. Yeah,
all three of you have some very strong player backgrounds.
And Scott obviously was a retailer, so he has that background. And, obviously all of our connections to the business have been through hobby gaming as opposed to just sales. So.
And you guys are going to be tied with Monica's marketing team more directly now than in the past, correct? In fact, we're doing a big office move right now, right?
Right. We're actually in the process of moving things around. And, reluctantly, the sales team is going to interface with the marketing team, but I think we'll straighten them out.
So you've got a lot of kind of exciting. We just announced this week .hack.
Right.
What do you guys make of that? You looking forward to that opportunity?
Yeah, definitely. We've known about .hack for a little while, and it looks like it's a lot of fun. We had a lot of kids in the studio at your end of town yesterday, and they were testing it out, and we got a really good response.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that in a little bit here, but go ahead.
Yeah. So it looks to be fun. I think it's going to be something that Decipher enthusiasts haven't seen yet from Decipher.
Cool.
I mean, an anime-based game. So.
And that's another thing. I think this product offered opportunity for people who are familiar with sales to actually have an opinion about the product before it was designed and as it was being designed. Like, this is a sellable attribute of a product, as opposed to let's try to find what sellable attributes there are about the product as it exists.
Very nice.
So it's kind of cool. It's a nice mix.
Now we've got Origins coming up next week. Are any of you guys heading there?
Woo! Yeah.
Both? Two of you?
Yeah, Andy and myself.
And Charles gets the short stick?
Yeah, we're leaving Charles here to hold down the fort.
You going to be going to any of the other shows this summer instead?
Maybe Gen Con.
Maybe Gen Con? Gen Con's a good one. It's my favorite, personally. Can't explain why.
Right. Yeah. Well, the important thing is I get to go to San Diego and leave the rest of the guys behind.
Nice. Now, do you guys actually get to see?
I told you it's going to fall into the sea.
Do you actually get to kind of see what's going on or interact with players much while you're there, or is it going to be wall-to-wall meetings? I know I've seen that before.
No, I think basically it'll be a different way of doing things. The past sales team really didn't have a lot of interaction with the players and was really not part of the Decipher booth, and it's going to be different. We're going to be on the booth quite a bit. So
okay.
Yeah, and I mean, my passion, I will definitely meet with our distributors there, but my passion is seeing the actual reaction of the end user, the player, to the product and the announcements and how things are going. So, you know, you'll be able to keep me away from the booth.
Good stuff. All right. Well, I'm certainly looking forward to that. Anything else you guys want to chime in before I let you head back to moving your desks?
No, I think that about covers it.
I guess we should also mention Mark Tuttle, who is not with us at the moment, but he is also joining the brand new sales team.
Right. Mark's going to start at Origins, actually, and then he'll be here July 1st.
Starting at a show, huh?
That's right.
Yet another sales manager who has incredible play experience.
Yeah, everyone who's listening, I'm sure, knows Mark Tuttle. He's done the color commentary for all of our world championships, been kind of our face, our personality at all of our big events. Yeah, right. Cool.
Yeah, it's a cool
Sounds like you guys
team.
have put together a nice little group there.
Working on it.
All right. Well, I wish you best of luck in the months to come. Thanks for sitting down.
Yep, thanks.
Thanks, Evan.
Okay, so now Kyle's going to join us back at the mic.
Yeah, that was some good stuff, I'm sure.
All done with your all done with your phone call.
Yeah. I have my assistant, basically, Kim Logie, is in town helping me with a bunch of database stuff, and she couldn't find me, so she called to ask me a question.
She's helping with a big internal.
Well, yeah. I'll basically tell everybody kind of what's going on because it's keeping me real busy.
Yeah.
We have a brand new back-end accounting and database management system, and we have to get all 600 volunteers into that system. And it's a pretty laborious, tedious sort of effort. It's not difficult, but it's a lot of click this box, click that box, search for this, do that. So we spent the whole morning yesterday just making sure that the master list of all volunteers is up to date and up to snuff. And now we're going about the process the second half of the day yesterday and today of getting all of the people into the database, the back-end database, so that all the fun stuff can happen. It was pretty cool because once I got all, the first project that I worked on was getting all the RPG Star Trek volunteers into the system. And, I got it in a relatively short amount of time and then was able to, place orders for all of them in a second. Cool. It was pretty cool, so.
Everybody's going, that's nice, tell us. No, I'm kidding.
The other fun stuff.
It'll be good for us.
Yeah, and all of our volunteers. It's going to be good stuff. The other kind of fun thing that's going on right now, which I just, was going and talking to Dan Bojanowski about, is that the whole marketing department is moving. Actually, the marketing department is moving to where sales is. The sales department is moving to where
there's a three-way move involving accounting, sales, and marketing.
Yeah, marketing's moving to where accounting was. Accounting's moving to where sales was, and sales is moving to where marketing was.
And this involves 2 floors.
Right.
And
it's because each of those departments has grown and shrunk in the recent past, and now space is limited. So we're putting people where their space needs are more fit, and it's so there are boxes everywhere and
terrible
computers and wires moving all over the place and. Yeah, all 3 of those departments are kind of torn up right now.
I'm glad it's not me.
So it's a little bit spring cleaning here in
nice.
summer. So,
Well, we have a lot of news on top of everything we've done so far to cover, too, particularly because we have no broadcast next week. We are going to be at Origins, so there is point number one. Join us next week at Origins. Going to be a big show. Of course, we're going to have Premier Series event there.
And all of you guys out there that actually listen to the show, come up and say hi and sort of beat us up or whatever.
Yeah,
you guys
tell
need
us
to
that
do.
you listen to the show.
Yeah, because it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun out there meeting people when they say, "Hey, you're one of the RFD guys," and I'm like, "Wow, you listen to that?"
Yeah. So basically, we're just I guess cruising for an ego stroke here or something. I don't know. But anyway. Give us the RFD love.
Market research, man.
Thank you. That's a much cleaner face to put on it. But, both Kyle and I are going to be at Origins, and I, for one, am looking very much forward to it.
Should be a pretty exciting time. Lots of good stuff going on.
That is point numero uno.
The biggest thing for me going on at Origins, which I'm excited about, is .hack.
.hack, which was announced this week, and this is really a big deal. If you have not read the announcement, you might want to go over that. It's going to be a new TCG for us, and as was mentioned as we were talking with the sales guys, this is going to have a slightly different flavor for us. We're kind of getting into the anime venue. It kind of has an interesting appeal. I mean, it's an adult-themed anime, and yet at the same time it has a much younger appeal than some of our existing games have had. So a different style of gameplay, going to be much more quick. Very much.
Except the game that I played the other day with Kim Logie. For some reason, she had a deck. She had a deck that was designed around destroying her own cards to destroy my cards. So after like 20 minutes, it was still 0-0.
Nice.
I was like, what is going on here? This is like the strangest, longest game of .hack.
Well, that just goes to show you that despite the speed and, I don't want to say simplicity, but here again is that line we walk between what's the difference between complexity and depth. So we're talking about the speed and a lack of complexity. Yet strategically deep enough that you're having a weird game like that in the midst of what ordinarily is like a 15-20 minute game. So pretty cool.
It was a real fun game, though. She really enjoyed it at the end. She was like, dang it, I got her. I beat her. But it was really a fun game. She really enjoyed it.
And we also alluded to, in speaking with the sales department, that we had some younger kids here in the office testing it this week. Again, not to say that this is meant exclusively as a kids game, but in recognition of the fact that this is definitely going to have a younger appeal than our two existing flagship games right now. We had some kids aged 11 to 14 roughly in the office trying it out yesterday.
It was really funny too because Warren Holland went up there for a while and was like hanging out with kids, and they when they found out that he was like the man, right?
They thought he was like the janitor at first or something. Well, we were joking, but
but it was funny because they started like arm wrestling him and like punching him and like all this just funny stuff, and Warren was just having a blast up there. But it was funny, like all these kids just being like, it was big Uncle Warren, and they were playing with him, and having a good time. It was pretty cool, but and they were they wanted to play him in games and stuff, and it was really cool.
Well, they certainly took to it. I mean, basically we had them for the entire day, and before lunch we introduced them to the game, and we had fixed decks that we had them play with, and very quickly they were all, well, can I change my deck? Can I change my deck? And we're like, why don't we get to lunch? We're going to order some pizza, and afterward you can change it. Well, they had the pizza, but then they dropped everything, and they were all huddled around the table with the new cards on them and changing out their decks. So it was pretty interesting. And now the decks that they built, we've actually got upstairs, and today some of the designers and developers that are working on .hack have been playing the decks that they made to see what's going on.
There were some good ones.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's what Kim and I played last night or the other day. It was some of those decks that those kids built, and the one that I had was pretty cool. It was like a big fire element strategy. I know that means nothing to anyone, but
the point is, if you want this to mean something to you, come see us at Origins because we will be demoing this game on the booth at Origins.
Actually, not just Origins, but there's a list of I think 9 conventions that we're going to be demoing .hack at.
This is what we alluded to last week in RFD when we said you had a big schedule coming up. You're suddenly going to be touring all of these anime conventions.
Not only am I going to all of the normal game conventions, but I'm going to all of the anime conventions. So, I'm going to be busy. So lots of time away from my daughter, but it's going to be a good time. So.
Right. So if you're looking for a bit of a change of pace, something more rapid fire, or you're just curious to see what Decipher does next. If you're a fan of the PS2 games or of the show,
the anime or manga
on Cartoon Network, if you buy the manga. Point is, a lot of opportunities here for you to get interested on a new game here at the ground level.
Yep.
And that is .hack.
Absolutely. As well at Origins, Premier Series, Continentals for North America, tons and tons of stuff. The European Continentals are going on real soon, so it's just big stuff all over the place.
Yeah, busy. And one other point we wanted to be sure to mention: we had Dan Bojanowski on last week. When don't we have him on? But we had him on last week. And he discussed about some tournament changes that obviously had a lot of concern, a lot of worry about them. And he wanted us to articulate that there is time being taken to more carefully spell out the details of what he was talking about, and you can look for those in the near future.
I believe next week.
Yeah, we want to say next week, although Origins is kind of, taking a lot of time, so they will try to do everything they can to get that information up next week. You can look for it, but kind of clarifying some of what was discussed there.
So look for that.
Yeah, look for that.
I think that's going to do it, right?
Yeah, I think that does it.
There's lots going on.
Fangorn pre-release. Oh,
that.
This is how crowded our schedule is these days. This weekend is the Ents of Fangorn pre-release. I know. Who knew?
Get that Treebeard card.
Yeah, we're so busy, with so much going on.
That's going to be cool, man.
It is, actually. It's an awesome set. There is one locally.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, there is one locally, but, man, some of these cards are just huge.
Really?
We got...
Those trolls.
I was thinking more of the Ents themselves, but the trolls too. But I was sorting the other day. We got our sheets.
Nazgul.
Yeah, well,
those guys.
Basically, it's a freaking huge set in terms of the caliber of the cards in it. Just they're large critters.
Yep.
And I was sorting the rare sheet because we got uncut trays, and they're going into our playtest stock for us to use in testing future sets. But basically, you just take a tray of just the cards as they come off a sheet stacked up, and you just start, deal them in a line, and it's pretty cool. You suddenly hit this run where all at once you see Troll of Udun, the Balrog, the Gate Troll. They all come within a few spots of each other. It's
bam, bam,
wow,
bam.
I want to get those 5 boosters.
Sure.
But very cool set, and the pre-release is happening this weekend, so don't miss them.
Yep. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it for RFP.
Yeah, we got plenty to do to get ready for Origins,
so
we will miss you guys next week unless you are in Columbus.
That's right. All right, 2 weeks from now, take care.